Assalamualaikum. Selamat menonton dalam program Sisi Lain. Yang mana biasanya kan kita nak kenal seseorang ni yang kita nampak macam lembut je, ayu, sopan. Tapi sebenarnya ada sisi lain yang orang tak tahu mengenai Najiha. Ini dia Najiha. Nampak tak lembut je kan?
Ya Allah.
Tapi orang panggil Earghh.
Ya betul.
Jangan make fun dengan nama orang.
No, I'm okay. I daripada kecil lagi orang memang akan selalu introduce me like that.
Oh. Bukan I seorang je.
Yeah. So macam that's why, because like even though kita baru jumpa, but then that's the first thing that pop up in your mind. So
you pun okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. There's nothing. It's not a bad name.
Okay, jom kita nak kenal Earghh pada sisi lain. Yang maybe ramai orang tak tahu sebenarnya. Basically orang akan belajar like digital part ni, editing, Adobe, ataupun I baru tahu tadi Adobe, you know. Siapa yang masih lagi guna perkataan Adobe tu, tolong tukar Adobe. Okay, gitu.
Official
Yes. Earghh sebagai seorang trainer.
Yes, I am.
Tutor.
Betul.
So maybe you boleh kongsi pada kita orang semua.
So I am trainer, instructor. So I buat training yang related to creative trainings, especially dalam Adobe punya training lah. Di mana you know like we have a lot of Adobe software yang mostly famous, Photoshop, Illustrator yang selalu orang dengar. But there's like up to like 20 more, banyak lagi. So most of the creative tools yang orang kreatif guna, photographers, videographers, editors, people who are in creative industry mostly akan pakai professional tools in order for them to do their work, right? So my role in this environment adalah untuk macam help, untuk bantu diorang polish their skills, yang untuk punya technical in using these tools. So I teach people as a trainer, instructor on how to use these tools lah. So that's what I am. And at the same time juga, when you like becoming a teacher, of course you need to have a certification and whatever. So that's how I got my Adobe certified expert. Few years back after I graduated, even though I graduate in software engineering from Petronas UTP, so people were like macam, you ambil engineering, you ambil like a programming kan, as a programmer, tapi you buat designing or you buat benda yang related to creative, like how you jump and whatever, tak wasted ke macam?
Betul.
Like as engineering 4 tahun apa semua. So I was like, no, actually for me like when you like went to universities, like 4 tahun, 3 tahun, 5 tahun, tak kisahlah, but then it's about like the experience, people that you met kat situ, the networking that you create.
From there you boleh buat.
Exactly. I cannot stress enough how like banyak orang yang actually I'm working right now, yang I actually have a really good like relationship in terms of kerja, business or whatever, actually coming from my networking that I did when I was in UTP. Even though masa kat university tak bercakap pun, classmate ke tak classmate ke, tapi after we like you know dah adult, dah become like orang yang bekerja, so at one point you akan start to pick balik someone that you used to kenal, and then you akan tengok orang tu in which industry. So and then because in UTP we don't have creative punya faculty, everything is engineering, IT, technical kan. So bila I masuk ke dalam creative industry, so I become someone yang macam yalah, like she's doing something creative. So example, I have like a lot of friends yang macam my classmate yang macam, hey, kita orang ada marketing department, kita orang nak macam need someone to do training on how to use report, on how to buat report book. So we have application like Adobe InDesign untuk buat report books. So it's technically macam useful in corporate settings juga, not just in creative. Banyak orang nampak, you kerja belakang tabir, you kerja orang buat BTS, you buat technical crew, you buat kerja editor dalam bilik apa semua, then only you akan pakai this software. Actually tak. People who are in corporate akan pakai this Adobe punya software juga. Like we have Adobe Acrobat di mana untuk documentation, we have like a few more other things lah. So it's actually berkembang dan yang sangat besar dia punya scope tu. So there's a lot of places that you can go from.
Sebenarnya ramai juga orang yang tak tahu tau. Macam you boleh ambil course ni untuk belajar ni sahaja. I mean like untuk explore Adobe ni kan. Sebab mostly orang belajar dekat YouTube tu. Betul. Tapi before kita pergi jauh lagi kan. I dah bagi tahu tak pernah lagi orang buat macam ni. Sisi lain ni dibawakan khas oleh KGM, yang mana kita pun ada sponsor dengan Teh Dawud. Jumpa minum. Sepatutnya awal-awal tadi, tapi tak apalah. Enjoy je lah kan. Okay, bila kita borak pasal Adobe as a trainer, you mesti ada student yang, I mean like macam-macam usia.
Of course.
Okay, from 30s.
Yeah, I think the youngest yang I pernah ajar kids like privately. Diorang macam the parents macam, hey, my kids nak something extracurricular or like something extra after school punya activities. So and then he's like into designing. So kita tak tahu macam mana nak start kat mana that he should learn.
Sebab dia baru 10 years old.
Yeah, like 10, 11, like budak-budak sekolah rendah lah. So I was like, oh okay, actually kalau he's into designing, I can try to macam polish ataupun create like program ataupun a syllabus yang actually for kids. Because benda tu boleh di custom. We can like because in learning technically Adobe tu macam is like a tools kan, hanya peralatan ataupun alatan. So cara kita nak guna, cara you nak macam how do I say introduce those tools, it's according to the level of the audience. Kalau I nak introduce tools tu kat budak kecil, I have to talk in a sense yang macam like I'm talking to 5 years old. If I want to introduce it to like someone who like, you know, like my age, I have to talk like macam, hey, like a friend kind of like language. If I want to like teach it to people yang macam older, someone who like more respected and all. So there's a way for me to present it. So along the way, I learned those things as well. So selain pada I had gain technical skills, I also gain a way untuk communicate, because I am like an introvert person honestly, but then I myself like to be alone. I like to do my own thing. That's why I'm into editing.
Okay.
So I sebenarnya macam orang yang macam I suka edit. I am an editor. I love to edit videos. That's like something that I enjoy doing. So from there, barulah I macam start to learn on how to like, you know, shooting and then like kembang. So bila I have to be, I don't like to use I have to be, when I kena be like a trainer or someone who kena ke depan. So I have to shift my personality sometimes.
Yeah, I macam terfikir macam like from engineering go to as a tutor. Macam mana you boleh switch diri macam, yelah selalunya orang cakap macam engineering ni macam tak boleh bercakap. I mean like you duduk belakang gitu kan. Aku ni I tengah judge orang ke ni? Tak kan?
No.
Macam mana you switch personality tu?
To me, like, as long as you know who you are, I dah macam tahu who I am. I mean, I dah acknowledge I am someone who like to do my own things. And I like to be in my own world. So when I do example editing kan, I rasa macam I seronok. And then it's like a process from A to Z. So once you punya process sudah complete, you get to see the result from it. And then when you share it, example you do for clients, you do it for your friends, you get to listen to the feedbacks. So it's like the whole process is actually a learning process. So I'm someone who just like to learn regardless of whatever. I just like to know something. So and then that's me. I mean, I know that's who I am. So example, when I have to teach, my mom is a teacher. My grandparents are like were teachers. So I came from a educator punya family. So maybe it's in my blood at one point. I can teach. So when I got the opportunity, like, hey, you want to try to be a trainer and teach people? I was like, I don't know if I could do it. Sebab, I macam orang yang buat hal sendiri. Tiba aku macam nak kena ajar kau, ajar orang, macam ni,
macam mana cari confident tu? I mean, nak ajar orang ni bukan mudah-mudah tau.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I remember when I was about to, my first training ever, that was when I was 2017. Umur berapa lah? I think maybe
20 plus.
20 plus. I think I'm like 23, 24 around that. So that was I have been given like responsibility untuk conduct my first class. It was actually dekat Adobe Authorized Training Center. We have it in Malaysia. Masa tu we have like 1 or 2. Now we only have 1, I think. So when I first started tu, I cakap kat I punya like the master trainer over there. I was like I'm nervous. So because the first audience I dapat tu adalah a bunch of lecturers. You know what I mean? Lecturers, where they're gonna learn all of the things that I'm about to teach them to teach their students. So it's not something small. So I ajar salah ataupun kalau I ajar tu tak cukup, itulah bekal yang orang ada untuk bagi kat students, which is tak cukup. So I have to make sure I have more and I prep more.
Memang you kena all out lah kiranya.
Exactly. I was like stressed out and at the same time nervous because that was my first and I have like around 17 like like almost 20 lecturers in that one room. And then they're all like lecturers kan macam dah ada orang yang dah berumur kan. Kita ni macam I like small perempuan pula Melayu tu macam from Kelantan pula. So macam
budak-budak lagi ni kan.
Budak lagi baru grad lah. So macam tiba nak kena okay. I mean diorang akan macam kenapa I nak listen to you? You are young.
Yeah.
I'm lecturers. Of course I'm someone like I'm a teacher. So what should I listen to? So I was like, how am I supposed to bring that credibility when I'm just started? You know, like a concept like
betul,
macam
orang nak
okay,
percaya kita tu susah, betul tak?
Kalau orang cakap okay, we need someone with experience, but then you never give me experience, so how am I supposed to that's
you
what
ada
I mean.
experience lah sikit je lah kan.
So when I first started, that was my challenge. So it's like, and then the master trainer like mentioned to me like this: before you enter the room, you need to have this mindset where you know one thing more than the rest of the rest of the people in the room. Tu je you kena fikir macam I tahu lebih sikit daripada orang dalam bilik tu. So that's the confidence, like that something that I told myself. I don't know whether it's a lie or not, but it's something make me like feel okay and confident to step into the room.
Alright.
With the mindset yang macam tak apa, engkau tahu lebih sikit je daripada dia orang, and that's enough. I don't know dia takat sikit tu kat mana.
I rasa I kena guna I tahu lebih sikit tu pada diri I juga.
What do you mean? I mean, how about you? I mean,
but sometimes I pun each of us akan ada lack of confidence, betul tak?
Of course.
You cakap lah siapa-siapa pun, orang belakang tabir ke, student ke apa ke, of course diorang akan ada lack of confidence sikit lah. Kan? Sama juga macam I, walaupun kita kerja depan kamera kan, tapi benda-benda tu macam benda yang every of us akan rasa.
Yes.
So that's why I cakap tapi macam mana you control yourself lah. You nak cakap dengan diri you ke, ataupun you rasa macam layan je lah. Then masing-masing punya cara lah kan. Betul. Tapi I rasa macam boleh pakai kot you punya. Macam I tahu lebih sikit daripada you.
So that's why I am in the position where I can share something. But there's a borderline between pride, arrogance, or someone yang macam acah ataupun macam like belagak. There's a borderline over there. So when you like you need to have a mindset as a teacher ataupun someone yang macam kena mengajar. You kan ada benda tu. Kalau you macam terlampau humble, because I remember after I finished that session, there was like a 5 days training. One of the lecturers, like lecturer kan mesti diorang macam mak-mak, macam they have that intuition and so lepas tu
I mean like another level.
And then there was one lecturer, and then I tanya lah macam, hey, I hope you enjoy the classes, I hope you learn something, and I'm sorry if there's like a lot of lacking coming from my side, and then she told me like this: you are a good trainer, she said. You can teach, that's no doubt. But when you introduce yourself, you don't have to mention that, oh, okay, you are new. You don't have to mention that macam, oh, okay, I just learned about this. You faham tak? So she give me tips.
Okay.
Maksudnya dia bagi I tips supaya you need to have the confidence. So don't humble down yourself sangat, because you already there on the stage to train and also to teach people. So when you mention like, oh yeah, I just got this job yesterday, or maybe like I'm not prepared, or like you say something like I'm shy and stuff. So dia kata bila you dah macam you already on the stage, you don't have to macam mention like macam, oh, you are new. Just do whatever that you want to do. You don't have to mention those things, because along the way orang dah boleh tangkap how you are.
Contoh, are you okay with that?
What do you mean?
I mean the lecturer cakap macam tu kat you.
Yeah, of course. I mean I really appreciate that.
Okay.
Because as someone yang macam new, I want feedback so that I can improve. And then when I know where she's coming from. She's not coming from someone who like macam nak cakap nak kata kat you. Dia lebih kepada, hey, like this is like a tips, like if you don't mind me sharing, because I know you are still new, but you can like, you know, next time you tak perlu pun untuk you mention, because like people can see it, and you are good at one point, you know what you are teaching, so that's more than enough. I remember those things. That was like the first, I think, valuable lesson ever as a trainer when I first started. So benda tu penting lah bagi, and I really appreciate
feedback,
the fact
I mean,
of course. I always like, whenever I finish any session or training or workshop, I always like, hey, I can suruh student I bagi feedback, and I say like, just be honest, like how can I improve? I need this improvement. You don't have to tell me good stuff. Tell me all the things that I can improve. Doesn't have to be bad or whatever. I mean, it's up to you.
Okay. Bila you cakap tadi pasal ada budak yang 11 tahun yang dah ambil course training untuk Adobe kan. Kita bukan tak nak encourage orang untuk sambung belajar.
Betul.
Ataupun drop diorang punya course.
Okay.
Maknanya orang macam dah, you know what, kita sekarang ni zaman teknologi yang semua orang nak berebut, nak kerja dengan social media kan. Orang nak edit video, especially editing part ni lah kan. Siapa yang depan kamera, lain belakang cerita. Yang nak edit ni. So kita tak nak encourage orang untuk, I mean like tak nak sambung belajar, tapi at the same time siapa yang ada bakat tu kena ketengahkan bakat tu, betul tak?
Agree, 100%. For me, and bakat ni, some people are like born with it. Some people like gifted. Some people like they train and then they become skillful and they have talent and then it becomes like their own talent. Tapi sama je konsep dia. Example, kalau you are born with talent pun, if you tak discover it, you will never able to unlock your talent.
Yeah, sure.
So you need to, and then at one point I also understand yang I believe yang everything has been destined, macam takdir you. Kalau contoh you dah takdir dengan, there must be a reason kenapa God bagi you that talent. You are born with that talent. Tapi mungkin you tak jumpa lagi, tapi you akan lalu kehidupan di mana you akan stumble upon a place or a door where you can unlock it. So that's what happened to me when I first I won the Adobe competition. That's when I like the door open for me lah. So again, like I understand people say like, hey, but kenapa nak kena go through like a degree or like few years of learning untuk belajar. Example, if you want to be graphic designer, example, like certain professions dia tak perlu pun, to me lah, my own opinion, doesn't require like the extensive kehadiran you to be at that one institution. So there are a lot of like resources that legit ataupun that macam has been recognized properly by specific institution or organizations that allow you untuk take that courses, short course ke ambil that certification untuk actually validate you punya skills. Okay, and then so that instead of you macam example spend 4 tahun 5 tahun like in one untuk habiskan that learning kan, that lesson course kan, you boleh just like make it like 2 years macam compact learn, and then example you want to learn like motion designing, you want to learn like animation, you belajar and then you boleh terus like go to industry, kerja di industry, because this kind of professions they require practice and work of experience. You kena macam buat projects, you kena hands on more. Dia tak ada macam theory all the time. So benda tu you need to be like umpama jump into the industry faster, because more longer you are in the industry to shape you punya skills and then to polish you punya skills and talent, lagi better you become. So to me macam I discover myself ataupun I started going to creative industry macam lambat lah, sebab I dah grad.
Betul.
I was like 22 I think back then. 22, 23 I baru macam start to macam rasa nak go. I know I have like a passion or like interest in photography, but then I baru fikir macam I want to make it like a career ataupun like a job. So benda tu macam lambat. Imagine kalau we introduce this kind of like the idea of this profession, also a big professions and important professions in industry earlier. So budak sekolah ke, budak like high school, diorang dah tahu macam like this thing there's a potential, there's a future in becoming graphic designer, in becoming video editor, because everything is like need to be edited right now. That's why we have AI whatever. Tapi AI is one thing. AI is just like you need to know on how to prompt, you need to know on where to look, you need to know apa yang you nak masukkan, kat mana you nak cari. Those things require knowledge and skills and experience. So technically macam dia bukannya macam just drop and then just tak payah pergi
sekolah kan, tak payah pergi universiti,
that's not the
buat
case.
ni je kan.
Yeah, but you need to like draw your career path, you nak ke mana sebenarnya. If you like drop everything without plan, that's stupid, I would say.
You kena ada knowledge, you kena ada something.
Yes, you need to have like and to me find a mentor awal-awal. In my case I don't really have a mentor. It's not like I don't want it, I'm looking and searching for it, but to me it's very hard in my case right now. But if you are lucky, you jumpa someone that you can macam boleh kalau orang kata kiblat aku dia, macam tu aku bagi like kiblatkan dia punya work and stuff. Like follow them, see how they do their stuff, see how they grow their punya artworks and diorang punya projects. So from there you akan tahu, maybe for few years you suka this direction. After that you dalam along the way you mengenali or following that person, you akan start to nampak orang lain lagi. So then mungkin you boleh pergi tempat lain. That's how you kembang you punya talent.
Rasa macam budak-budak sekarang kan, macam diorang lagi orang kata bertuah lah.
Okay.
Sebab like budak-budak sekarang ni orang kata cepat matang. Compare to kita dulu, like we don't know anything about technology.
Betul.
Dan budak-budak sekarang ni dah dihidangkan dengan teknologi. Dan you just macam buat, lepas tu belajar Adobe through YouTube kan. Social media apa orang dah start mengajar kan.
Betul,
ramai orang buat. So I rasa macam like you boleh pilih dah kat mana you punya jalan. Macam like boleh jadi macam ni, aku boleh buat ni. So aku ambil je terus. Macam zaman-zaman kita dulu kan,
mencari.
Zaman-zaman kita ke?
Sama lah kita.
Ya, macam zaman-zaman dulu like orang you ada potential untuk jadi seorang content creator. Dia nak kerja dalam industri, tapi bila you nak apply course masscom, you tak dapat. You dapat course lain. So itu yang membuatkan orang lain macam like down.
Because you tak dapat apa yang
then you tak boleh buat apa yang you suka buat. That's why. Tapi I rasa macam, what do you think about that? Macam orang lain macam you ada satu potential untuk jadi seorang designer. Tapi you tak dapat course tu, you dapat course lain, business lah I mean.
Be like dengan keadaan sekarang, there's a lot of ways where you can get yourself into the crowd yang you nak. Macam in my case dulu, I need to enter competition, then it opens doors for me. Right now, you just have to be out there. So like social media, Twitter, Instagram, there's a lot of place where you can just like show your skills and get attention. So example, contoh I dapat course yang ataupun offer kerja yang I tak nak, ataupun course yang I tak nak, but then I nak buat ni. So I can like, at one point we have to pay the bills. So at one point like, okay, that's still rezeki what. So rezeki, just still doing it, but you need to have like extra work untuk like buat side hustle or like untuk still push your passion. Sometimes your passion and career dia tak sekali.
Betul.
Tak semestinya apa yang career I buat sekarang adalah my passion. But in at one point it doesn't have to be that way. People orang cakap you need to love things that you do. But at one point, I enjoy things that I do, but I have like a goal or kenapa I'm doing this. But it doesn't mean that I betul-betul tidur mati makan dengan benda tu. You know what I mean? So I can still do something else. Like maybe I enjoy something else. Like maybe I enjoy painting, whatever. But benda tu tak payah pun I nak campurkan dia dengan I punya career or like making money out of it. It can just something like 100% benda yang I enjoy doing. So to me, there's always ways for you to get into apa yang you nak. Right now lah zaman sekarang. Kalau dulu I believe like opportunity lah. And I remember once I dapat opportunity, apa opportunity pun, I always rasa macam it's important for you to put yourself out there. Kalau tak, orang tak tahu you, orang tak kenal you, you will never get to be discovered. That's how I think.
Macam ada certain orang kan, like I rasa everyone kalau nak buat something mesti ada excuses tau. Betul tak?
Betul.
And then
I put.
You rasa, what do you think about orang yang selalu bagi excuses? Macam tak nak terima teknologi. Like I need to focus macam zaman-zaman dulu kan, tak nak tengok teknologi lah.
Use conventional way, macam pakai manual, whatever. It depends on how you think, how you see technology. This is what we call maybe like digital literacy kan. That's why benda tu penting bagi I right now. It depends. Kalau bagi you nampak teknologi adalah benda yang burden, benda yang menyusahkan you, benda yang tidak akan membantu you, then maybe you don't think it's important or something that you need. Kalau you rasa benda tu, hey, I see as something yang boleh enhance my work, enhance my product, make my life better. Like I have more time to see my mom, example, instead of like, you know, contoh dulu kerja 18 jam untuk finish one thing. Right now I can just maybe like work for like do like 8 hours, and then the rest I can like spend my time doing something else, reading books and stuff. So it depends on how you see technology. So kalau orang tu, you cannot really force people to macam jump into, hey, you kena learn AI now, you kena tahu nak buat like prompting, whatever. If they don't see the importance of something, you can't really force them to be interested in that thing. So if you nak orang tu, it's about like influencing them untuk shift. You need to macam educate, you need to macam spread awareness, you need to talk more about it, show them the benefit of that thing. But when it comes to benefit, if you are trying to change a specific person punya mindset, the benefit has to be custom specifically for that personality. Contoh you nak, example, I want to change my mom punya perception towards how they see Instagram or whatever. So I kena buat dia macam okay, I know memang macam ni. So cara I cakap benefit Instagram tu dengan cara macam ni.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean there's no one size fits all. Tak semua orang boleh dapat pemahaman, penyampaian yang sama. That's how I see it.
Online ke apa ke, diorang boleh beli buku.
Boleh juga. Learn. Pandai lah.
Come on, cik.
Alamak, takutnya.
Alright. Macam tadi kita borak pasal orang yang ambil course ni, dia bukannya satu umur je. Betul tak? Ada yang 10 tahun paling muda, paling tua 30 plus. 40.
No, 60 plus ada.
Seriously? Wow.
You will be shocked the fact that like orang-orang yang berumur pun berminat nak belajar. But this is where the passion macam sabar tu kena ada. That's how I learn sabar.
Sabar like, to you lah.
I lah kena sabar.
Sebab nak ajar dia.
Tapi to me it's very interesting because I always say okay, it's macam I teach my mom. So macam that's the kind of sabar okay, ajar orang yang macam ni because diorang datang from different generation.
Betul.
The way they capture things lain. And the way I nak sampai pun atau sampai macam hey, macam A ni macam ni. Diorang kena A ni macam ni, bentuk dia macam ni. Dulu bentuk dia macam ni, sekarang bentuk dia macam ni.
Yes,
you have to compare something yang macam exist in their era and then make it adaptable in our era.
Susah kan?
Yeah.
Okay. Kalau katalah macam I pun tak tahu macam mana course ni dia punya berapa lama, long term dia macam mana kan. As a worker, I tak ada banyak masa sangat lah. Macam mana I nak belajar?
If you're interested, example.
Yeah.
When it comes to this technical learning kan, diorang banyak macam we have like a lot of syllabus. So normally kita boleh custom syllabus ikut you punya needs and your time. Example, I do have a corporate client. Certain corporate client macam I cannot leave my office full day. Can I do half day? I cannot leave my office like for the straight 5 days. Can I do like only 2 days this week, next week 2 days, or once a month?
Maybe jauh like, sangat tu once a month.
Ada je macam there's like one client I buat for a year tapi monthly sebulan sekali.
Really?
So we do have that retainer.
Kalau I tak ingat tau.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why. Tapi there's also good things also because example you learn one thing this week, you get to practice.
Betul.
And then you boleh learn something new next week.
Betul.
So to me that gap when it comes to technical things penting juga.
You ada bagi homework lah.
Like projects, we don't call it homework lah.
Project,
okay, this is one project.
Alah.
If you want to be better, you do it. Contoh lah, example. But example, if diorang tak ada masa untuk go through the courses in person, they can take online courses because I do provide online courses. I ada yang pre-recorded. I also do like webinar, like weekly webinar, and then I also like sell my recording. So at the same time, I also like ada like tulis buku, producing book, like publishing book. But then bukan I publish, but I write the book. So there was one book I did I think last year where I become the technical reviewer. So the publisher is actually from UK. Dia bukan Malaysia punya publisher. So I helped them to review the book, like Adobe Illustrator punya buku. I sell it dekat website. So like I help in terms of like review. And then after that they give me opportunity like macam hey, you wanna write your own book. So right now currently I am writing my own book. Yang would be macam published I think dalam next year insyaAllah. So I'm writing this one book. I'm not going to reveal it yet. Okay. But then what I'm doing right now is I'm tengah writing buku lah.
This one is for Adobe. Second is it?
Yeah, but
so for those yang interesting dengan Adobe,
yes, so but different software. Last time it was like Adobe Illustrator. So the book that I'm writing right now is Adobe Premiere Pro.
Kalau I macam tak into Adobe, like tiba-tiba beli buku tu mesti I macam apa ni? Betul tak?
Probably if you tak, tapi kalau if you're not looking into it, why would you buy it?
Mestilah you nak tahu something.
What do you mean? There's no secret there. You can't like I mean,
is it perjalanan you ke macam buku tu ataupun macam it's really focused on your Adobe.
The buku tu memang technical buku. It's not my biography.
Okay. Mana dah tahu macam like my first day.
Tak ada. I mean, but I do have like a write up, like a blog lah, like Adobe write about me, But then buku tu memang technical book. Like if you want to learn Adobe Premiere Pro, this is how you get started. Like,
do you think it's really hard kalau kita baca daripada buku?
It depends on people. If you want to know, when I was like, I'm someone who see things visually.
Sebab I rasa macam kalau technical tu lagi better kot.
Meaning like you have to macam
buat.
Betul, I agree. Tapi there are people yang macam like me, I don't know siapa lagi. I dulu belajar programming, I baca buku.
Macam nak tengok buku? Susah tu.
But I know like, but then programmer akan macam, mana ada, kau kena coding lah, kau kena code banyak lah baru you become good at it. Betul. But then I jenis orang, I have to understand first in order for me to do it. So I read books so that I understand kenapa I have to use this syntax. Kenapa, how can I produce like, this hello world, this like, this language punya coding. So I have to understand the fundamental of benda tu dulu, baru bila I nak tulis tu, I tahu kenapa I kena tulis benda tu. That's how I learn.
Conclusionnya adalah lain orang, lain caranya dia. Macam gitu kan.
So if you tanya macam ada ke orang nak belajar macam tu, I akan baca buku. When I first started, before I took the exam untuk like get certification, I read books. I read Adobe books.
Ulat buku kan, betul tak?
Yeah, I read books. I think buku buku yang good books really give me understanding. And then when I understand things, it's hard for me to forget. Because benda ni setengah orang macam, bila contoh orang belajar from YouTube, diorang belajar steps most of the time.
Betul.
So because I dulu masa I start, I pernah banyak tutorial macam, okay, macam mana I nak buat shadow contoh dekat Photoshop. But I have first step, tekan file, tekan sini, tekan copy, tekan blending mode. And then every single time I have the same project, I have to go back to the YouTube to repeat balik the steps. So takkan I nak buat benda tu for semua project I nak buat. And then there is no project yang actually exactly like your project. The one yang dalam YouTube cannot be the same exactly like yours. So in the end, I find a way, no, I have to understand these things. It's not about memorizing the steps.
Ya, you tahu tak, ada orang wujud Ada orang yang macam, you belajar, you memorize the step. You tak tahu pun apa you tekan, tapi you memorize the step. Pap macam tu.
Betul. Tapi our brain have limited capacity at one point. Berapa je you boleh ingat in one day?
Ya.
Contoh macam kalau you
kena buat banyak kali lah, I mean like that.
Yeah, and the end it becomes like your muscle memory. I don't know. But then
balik
macam benda I tak boleh. Because I just macam my brain is always like occupied. I have to dump it somewhere. Dump it as much. I have to write it down. I have to like jot it down. I mean, because there's a way scientifically, why would you carry those things like contoh, I have to do laundry. Why would you carry that task in your brain memory till the end of the month? Contoh, atau till the end of the week. You bawa je benda tu. Sedangkan you boleh dump it, put it in a to-do list. Dump it. It's not gonna be here anymore.
Tutor, see? Trainer.
Yeah, I mean, it depends.
Benda tu penting kan. Kalau you tak write it down, memang
exactly. Itu macam lain orang macam cakap, lain orang lain cara. So I mean, to me that's how I learn. But when you macam bila you discover cara pembelajaran orang, like a learning style, it's very interesting actually. But we save it for the next episode lah.
Yeah.
Kalau tak dia jadi macam another 1 hour
lagi kan. Right? So conclusion ni adalah, for those yang nak belajar Adobe or anything including editing kan, related to editing.
Kreatif.
Kreatif. Kita ada tutor kat sini atau trainer, which is first in Malaysia, is it?
I don't know, like in terms of like official certificate.
Yes, official certificate.
Certificate, yes, we have like few, like 2 or 3, like I mean less than 5 I would say.
So you antara orang yang ke?
Antara termuda.
I
want to go with that one.
Betul, itu penting. Okay, that's your achievement, betul tak?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you boleh share dengan kita lah advice supaya because
manfaat dia.
Like what we talking about.
Okay, got it. I was like, we talk about a lot of things.
Okay, alright.
Like,
the main point
is okay. My advice would be, I think I discovered these things lambat. So and then I know I have interest and passion in creative since I was a kid. I love to draw. I love to color whatever. I know I am a creative side punya brain. But
jangan terlambat lah.
Yeah, I mean to me, dengan sekarang senang je you nak discover benda. So when you dah ada spark satu interest in yourself, in your body, that you want to do something, try to discover those things.
I rasa parents penting kot untuk tahu macam your kids sekarang kan, macam apa anak aku boleh buat ni, anak aku power lah about social media, I mean like that, something like that lah kan.
So help them out, like give them the right platform, introduce them to the right people, networking dengan orang. Hey, this is like, but one thing about creator, whatever, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of type. So make sure you jumpa orang yang macam actually contributing to your goals lah. You know, benda tu can be very macam-macam kan. So I would say, like, to me, if you have a time, if you have a spark and interest in yourself, like cari and explore it more. when you tengah muda. Because bila I jumpa orang yang muda macam like 23, 24 right now, and when they talk about their passions and stuff, I was like, hey, that was me few years back.
Okay.
So I love it. I love the energy. So it feels like, oh my god, this energy, you will never, you takkan dapat lama. Energy tu sekejap je. So bila you tengah ada berkobar-kobar tu, use it.
Betul. I missed it.
Aduh, same. Sekarang cepat. Sekarang semua tidak awal.
Tiba. Sekarang semua tidak.
Yeah.
Tapi apa pun, back to our topic tadi lah kan. Kalau kata you guys ada, apa orang kata, ada spark tu, you rasa you boleh buat something, you kena cari benda tu and you kena carry benda tu. Sebenarnya macam yang tak cakap tadi lah kan, kalau you rasa you minat bab digital ke apa ke, jangan tinggal belajar.
Betul.
Knowledge is important.
Yelah, seeking knowledge lah. Even our Rasulullah pun saya cakap, Rasulullah cakap macam like carilah ilmu tu. Ilmu tu Imam Point sampai mati pun dia.
Sebab kita risau sekarang tau, budak-budak zaman sekarang, aku macam judge orang lagi ni. Macam like, I mean not semua lah, certain ada yang macam excited gila nak buat social media, nak jadi influencer. Tapi sebenarnya diorang macam like fikir belajar tak penting. Tak masuk you pun tak apa, like social media. If
that's how you has been introduced about life, it's about money or whatever. So I mean, it's very hard. I mean, trust me, everything is temporary and everything have their own like expiry date on the shelves. Like those things, everything lah, not just those things. Semua ada dia punya expiry date.
Betul.
So be careful. And then also to me, that's why you need to have a like build solid foundation sesuatu benda. Setengah orang kata macam be master. No, like be master of one and then jack of trade apa semua kan. I think to me, you boleh buat banyak benda, tapi you need to have one thing that you have a solid foundation about, or in something like that. So yeah.
Alright. Thank you for today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
We got a lot of things today.
Yeah.
So hopefully dah habis hopefully apa yang kita kongsikan ni dapat bagi manfaat pada orang lain.
Betul, saya harap.
Maybe you guys tak faham lagi apa yang kita tengah borakkan, nanti check out apa yang Earghh buat. Kita akan tag Earghh juga kat sini. I nak remind semua orang, ini bukan podcast, ini adalah program Sisi Lain, which is kalau orang kenal you as a student, tapi sebenarnya you ada sisi lain you kan. So next kita akan ada siapa, nanti I share juga dekat korang. Thank you so much for today, and thanks kepada KGM yang mengadakan sisi lain ini, dan juga thanks kepada Teh Dawud. Jom kita minum dulu. Bismillah.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Bye.